Hi, welcome back to Cheyenne, Wyoming Urban Gardener. This is Debbie. I'm in Gardening Zone 5A, 5B. But today we are doing some planting for the spring and summer inside. So we're getting our seed tray all ready. Thank you to Chelsea for providing me with this tray. She bought me a new tray recently for doing all that I'm doing with plant starts and things like that for the community. So she had brought me a plant tray, and here is the brand that it is. It's just a Ferry Morris Pro Hex 72 cell. They're pretty small cells, you can see with my finger in comparison, or my thumb. So they're pretty small, so we're going to be using these for all of my flower starts, like petunias and pansies, and maybe some celery. That is going to be some vegetable starts. Celery takes a really, really long time to get to the point where you can transplant it outside. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of that started right now. This is the end of January, and hopefully they'll be ready by the time May and June rolls around to get those transplanted outside. Of course, we'll be transplanting them up or potting them into larger containers as we go along. And after inspecting this particular seed tray, I was actually pretty happy with it. It looks like that they maybe have changed the design on this. They have actually a long slit at the bottom that's pretty wide, and that is going to help greatly with watering these. Of course, I did spray the top with just a water bottle sprayer, and then of course I've got water in the bottom, which is a tray right here in the bottom that we filled with water, so that way all of this gets nice and moist, and we have our seeds ready to go. Like I said, we're going to be planting some of our petunias and pansies, and I'm going to do some cinnamon basil. These are seeds that I saved from back in the spring and summer. And we're also going to be doing some Montica tomatoes. These are an indoor tomato and a very small variety. It gets no more than about 10 inches. Anywhere from 6 to 8 is typical. And they have little nice sweet cherry tomatoes on them. And I've already gotten an orange hat tomato started, and I actually am going to go ahead and start the rest of those seeds. So we have some of those, and I'm going to give those out to the community. And then of course we have all of our seeds here, and I'm going to have to go through these and search out the ones that I want to go ahead and get planted. And we do have some things like some lettuce leaf basil. I think I'm going to go ahead and get that started so I can do some of that inside. And just a few things, maybe some cool weather crops that will be ready to go at like the end of March into early April. And we can probably maybe get those going outside. We'll just have them in containers. We'll bring the containers inside if it gets too cold for them. But it'll be at least some small greens that'll be going, some microgreens and things like that. And we are going to be moving sometime in the near future. I will not say to where, because we just don't want to jinx ourselves on that. But we will be moving, and we have decided that we're not going to just plant the new area, because we will be moved into the new house long before most likely May of this season. So we're going to actually plant both. We're going to plant here where we're at currently, and then also into the new place. And either the new people that will be purchasing the house will have a garden, or we will harvest the garden at the end of the season here, as well as into the new place. So that way we at least have plants that are going here, and someone has a nice garden if they move in, or if they don't want the produce, we'll just come back and harvest if they are so inclined to do so. And anyway, that's what we're doing today, is just doing a little planting here, getting ready, end of January, getting some of our cold weather crops and some of our flowers planted for the new season. Of course, wherever I plant my flowers, I'll be taking them to the new house. But just a lot of stuff going on here with getting ready for the spring season and our new plants. So all I'm doing here is just getting all of the soil into my tray. And like I said, we got those all nice and damp now. And we've got our soil here. I'm just using, I went ahead and had to purchase some Miracle-Gro potting soil because they were out of my particular soil. at the Menards, but it looks like I've been using this in the house so far. It hasn't had any issues like some of our prior ones, and it's a nice, looks like they've changed the formula a little bit, so it looks a lot better than it did back last spring and summer. So hopefully this will work out for us really well, and we will have our seeds all nice and coming up. And I just gave out a bunch of plants to a lady that came by to pick up some plants, and she brought me some plants in turn. So we've got a bunch of house plants here that she brought for me, and I gave her some as well. So that's what's going on here at the house in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Again, we're in Garden Zone 5A, 5B, and it's really too early to plant outside, but it's never too late to go ahead and get some things growing inside. And again, I don't use any particular growing lights, anything like that. I just have a south-facing growing room that I'll be putting these in on a growing rack, and they will do just fine. I've been doing that now for 6 years, never had any issue. So anyway, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know if you are starting to get going on seeds wherever you are, and leave it down in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.